From the moment Kawhi Leonard and Paul George joined the Clippers in the 2019 offseason, the expectations were the highest ever in franchise history. On the one hand, the 2019 and 20 supporting cast had overachieved in the previous regular season and playoffs and pushed the Warriors' super team to 6 games. And on the other hand, Kawhi was fresh off a historic championship run with the Toronto Raptors, and PG was coming off an MVP caliber season with the Oklahoma City Thunder. And although they had to give up Gallo and SGA in the PG trade, a complete Clippers team was expected to win the 2020 championship or to make the conference finals for the first time ever in the worst case scenario. Hi everybody, this is Anthony, and in today's NBA Talk, I'm going to explain how Jamal Murray and Nikola Jokic outperformed the choking Clippers superstars in Game 7, particularly on the offensive end, with 40 freaking points and 13 freaking dishes respectively, completed the second consecutive comeback from a 3-1 deficit in the same postseason, and smashed all of the Clippers' championship hopes as hard as you can smash that like button. And by the way, tell me in the comments below which playoff upset by the Nuggets is the most impressive in franchise history. This comeback against the Clippers, or the shocking 1994 first-round victory over the top-seeded Seattle Supersonics. Now, before starting this video, I'd like to thank all the fans who subscribed to the channel and showed valuable support from more than 30 countries across the world with views, likes, comments, and shares. I also want you to know that I'm looking to get 1,000 subscribers very soon, so if you like my content, please subscribe to the channel and share it with other people so that I can publish valuable content more frequently.
And now, let the talk begin.
First of all, let's examine how the Joker's elite playmaking generated easy baskets for his teammates. On some post-ups, the Clippers double-teamed Jokic from the weak side, and I fell in love with the way the Nuggets' weak side action countered this double-team. Here's how it worked. Number 1. Instead of keeping Grant and Harris on the perimeter, which would give the weak side perimeter defender a chance to delay a potential open 3 with a stunt or a switch, they took him away from the perimeter by letting the open wingman Jeremy Grant cut to the paint. And number 2, as soon as the cut starts, Millsap and Harris drift to the corner and to the wing respectively, and would give no chance to the weak side rim protector to close out on the open wing 3-point shooter. And that's exactly what happened on this play, as the Joker's great court vision created a wide open 3 that Gary Harris would not miss. Here's a similar play from the first quarter, in which the result could have been the same, folks. But the difference was that just before the drifting, the Serbian basketball genius moved Kawhi and Zubac like chess pieces, as he faked the skip pass to the open Harris and created a clear cutting lane with no rim protection for JG, who would put the ball in the basket with a two-handed slam. This time, Paul George foolishly held off of the red-hot Murray, who was one pass away, which forced Beverly to follow him to take away a potential open 3. Unfortunately for the Clippers, Kawhi did not take away the face cut by Gary Harris, who would make him pay with a beautiful reverse layup. Let's take a look at this beautiful give and go against the single coverage. As soon as Craig passed the ball, he hopped and accelerated to get past PG. Let's pause the video for a second. Just watch how perfect the timing of the pass was. Craig and PG were here at the same level. But, considering the acceleration factor, Jokic selected a target point that PG's hands would not be able to reach, no matter how close they would be. As a result, the super smart Jokic would assist another cutting layup. And now, let's break down the plays in which Jokic and Murray destroyed the Clippers' pick-and-roll defense. On the one hand, when the Clippers avoided the switch by dropping the screener's man way below the screen level, Murray made them pay with his big pull-up threes, his heroic fall-away mid-range jumpers, and his devastating floaters that helped him get half of his 40 points in the second quarter. On this high pick and pop with Jokic, the extra drop by Zubac encouraged Murray to take the pull-up three, and to make matters worse for the Clippers, a communication problem occurred with Kawhi and Zubac. It looked like the Claw wanted the switch to prevent an open three for Jokic, and Zubac dropped too much to give Kawhi time to get back to Murray. Can you see his reaction after the shot? With Jokic sitting on the bench, the Clippers surprisingly did not ice the side pick and roll, and the early roll by Plumlee, who was apparently waiting for the pass, forced Montrez to follow him. But since the screen didn't create space between Murray and Lou, the Blue Arrow did it by himself with a combination of a wide left foot step, a shocking change of speed, and the following step back, and the open long two would hit nothing but net. After the handoff, Murray and Jokic ran a high pick and roll that put the dropping Harrell in a 1-on-2 situation in the paint. If he plays Murray too closely, he will give up a basket by the rolling Jokic, just like this play from the first quarter, and if he leaves enough space, he will give up a floater. And just like Jokic, Murray was very smart on this play, as he added space between himself and Montrez with his stationary dribbling, and froze Paul George with an up fake that let him create space behind him and allowed him to rise over Montrez for a floating jump shot. And by the way, why was PG looking for a travel call? With that being said, the Clippers tried to take away these kinds of shots I have just broken down by letting the screener's man greet Murray at or near the screen level. So what happened on these plays? On the side pick and roll, Murray took advantage of the resulting switch by attacking Marcus Morris with an explosive drive, and as soon as Kawhi came over to protect the rim, Murray countered that and took advantage of the defender's momentum going backwards with a quick hop back that created space for a beautiful fall-away jumper. Check out this much needed right leg drift for a better accuracy on that jump shot. With the Nuggets up by 4, Murray and Jokic countered the double team with an early pocket pass after an early short roll to take advantage of the 2-on-1 weak side situation. Meanwhile, Millsap made a smart baseline cut to get Jackson away from the perimeter, and on top of that, to make sure that Zubac would not bother the spotting up Harris on the wing, the genius Jokic faked the pass to Millsap with his eyes and assisted a catch-and-shoot three that would result in a splash. Did you enjoy this ridiculous pass on the short roll? Here's another one. PG should have been the only one rotating to Jokic, who could have kicked the ball out to the open Grant in the strong side corner. But the correct rotation by George put Green in a 1-on-2 weak side situation, and once again, a chess move by Jokic would manipulate the defense the way he wants, as he faked the pass to Harris with his eyes and created an open look for Millsap, who would extend the lead to 9 points, and the LA Clippers would never manage to recover. At the end of this video, it is interesting to mention that Nikola Jokic, who was selected with the 41st overall pick in the 2014 NBA draft, is easily the #1 player of this draft class that includes Joel Embiid, and if he keeps that pace going, he will surpass Manu Ginobili as the greatest second-round pick of all time. Has Nikola Jokic been the MVP of the playoffs so far? Can the exhausted Nuggets upset the well-rested Lakers in the conference finals? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and I'll see you next time.